Troup County Schools.
A place where you can learn and grow.
A place where teachers care.
A place where family and school come together.
A place where learning matters.
A place preparing students for a bright future.
Whether going to college
or into the workforce.
Troup County Schools,
preparing
students
for success
today.
Greetings on behalf of the Troup County School System. You're tuned in today to Spotlight on Education, and this is a great program for you to learn more about our schools, our students, and our staff, and the amazing programs and accomplishments that are taking place on a daily basis. So thank you for tuning in today. I'm Tina Duckett, and I'm the Public Relations Director for the school system. Joining me, and we are going to learn more about her school, is Miss Carol Montgomery, and she is the principal of Franklin Forest Elementary School. Thank you, Miss Carol, for joining us today.
It's my pleasure.
And I know you're excited to be here. We are excited to have you here so that we can learn more about Franklin Forest and those amazing little faces that are throughout the building that we call children. Right. I want to talk about all of the programs and things, but before we do that, I just want our audience to learn more about you and your career in education, because it's a special calling to be an educator. So tell us about your journey into education.
I've been in education for about 23 years. I started at Berta Weathersby as a 5th grade teacher, and actually Mr. Alford, who is a board member, was the principal there then. Okay. And I was at Berta for several years, and then when Westside became a fine arts magnet, I went to Westside. I was a 4th and 5th grade math and science teacher there during those early years of the magnet. And then Franklin Forest was under construction, and I was named as the assistant principal, or really the instructional specialist in elementary. And so we opened that together. Janet Johnson was the principal, and we opened together Franklin Forest. So when she retired about 5 years ago, then I assumed the role of principal there. So.
Oh, good. And how long have you been in education?
About 23 years, I think.
Good, good. Somewhere around there, huh?
Somewhere.
And how did you know that this was the path you wanted to take? What motivated
children,
you?
My own children actually, and then just loving to be with children, loving to watch children learn. When the light bulb comes on and they are new insight, new thought that they, pick up. It's like, oh, this is fabulous. They get it, and I love to watch that. I love to see it. I love to see that in our classrooms. Yesterday in classes, when I was in classrooms yesterday, I was seeing that, and that's just a joy.
And that's something that's rewarding in and of itself, just by virtue of the profession, if you have a love for it. Okay, so let's go into your school and talk a little bit about the people who help to make things happen. Our teachers, our custodians, our cafeteria workers. How many people support the operations at Franklin Forest?
We have a growing staff because we're a growing building. There are probably about 72 staff members, and then there are bus drivers and monitors in addition to that. 40 some odd are teachers and parapros, and then teachers, and then we have several teacher assistants, and then a growing cafeteria staff, our custodial staff. It's all, everybody's working together just as hard as they can to provide a home base for learning, and that's what we're about.
And that's important to share, because the students are in the classrooms and with this body of people for several hours, X number of days per year, and so it's you use the term home base.
That's right.
That means family friendly.
That's right.
A place where they can learn. It's a wholesome environment. So how many, you kept bringing up the term growing, we're growing. How many students are enrolled this year?
We have somewhere around 685. That number fluctuates just a little, but it is about that, and last year we were not quite that. So we have grown a good bit. Okay. We're a construction site. We're getting 12 new classrooms added to the wings and the instructional wings, and we anticipate more growth. We're looking forward to it.
Oh, good.
It's a fun place to be with lots and lots of learning little minds.
Good. And a construction site, and I'd like to thank our viewers and our residents, especially those who voted for East Bloss, because it makes it possible to have that construction and that addition take place at not just Franklin Forest, but other schools that are experiencing growth as well. And share with us the reason for the growth.
Well, we're in a proximity that is growing, and as students are assigned, we need to be able to accommodate the proximity that we have. So, and they, I think the projections down the road are that there will be more and more students in this proximity, and we need to be able to accommodate them. So it's part of the 10 elementary school zone map that the school board approved.
Good, good.
And I expect our classrooms to be ready. So
there's new growth, and then there's forecasted growth too.
That's right.
Good.
That's right.
Okay. So every school has a direction, if you will. So what is the direction for Franklin Forest? What is the mission?
Our mission is to be a child-centered school committed to excellence in all areas.
Okay.
So
simply put,
it is, we want every student to excel in every area.
Good, good. That's what we're about, right?
That's exactly right.
And how do you do that? I know it takes goals. You've got to have a blueprint, if you will, a map. What are some of the goals of your school?
I think one thing I'd like to highlight is the fact that we do have some community service goals. We want our students to be productive citizens in our community, and an example of that, our first ice cream sale that we had, all of those proceeds went to the Emmaus House, which is a shelter for homeless women, and we've done some PTO fundraising where parts of that were a part of a give back program to the hospital. We will do a cancer drive to produce money for the cancer clinic that's being built, the new one. Those kind of things are service things that we want our students to be actively involved in, and to understand the importance of giving back to their community.
What do you think that produces in a child? I know we're still talking about your goals, but that teaching the civic responsibility, what do you think that produces inside of a child who can say, "Yay, I was a part of that."
A part of this. Yeah. It's a pride in your community, and it's a sense of pride in what you're able to. I was able to do this. I did this. This helped so and so.
And make a difference.
That
and
make
everybody
a difference.
can truly make a difference.
Okay,
I'm sorry. And
That's
what was
all
the
right.
other goal?
Oh, well, certainly we have academic goals.
Yes.
Academic goals are clearly at the forefront of all that we do for our students. And we are making gains there. I'm very proud of what the students have been able to accomplish. For example, all of our 5th grade students, met or exceeded on the CRCT in language arts, and again in math when we finished summer school. So that's a big goal for our 5th grade. We were very proud of that.
Okay, and I know you have several other academic accomplishments to share, so why don't you do that? Because it's important to know, yes, this is a public school, and we have teachers and students working hard every day, and it's paying off. It's showing in some of our test scores, our standardized test scores. So let's talk about some
with
of those.
CRCT in 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we had more than half of all our entire student body of 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students that exceeded somewhere in one of the content areas, at least one. A lot of them exceeded in more areas. So that was a big accomplishment. And then specifically, like 71% of our 5th graders exceeded in math. And almost 60% exceeded in 3rd grade and 4th grade reading. Just if you highlight specific contents, there were areas where many more than half of our students were exceeding. Science and social studies in 4th and 5th, more than half of our students exceeded in those subjects. So yes, there was a lot of very, very hard, diligent work on the part of teachers and students and family, everybody working together, all the family members jumping in there and supporting all that was being done. So it was good work.
And what other accomplishment? I know that there's someone in your school who is important to our entire system. And
Joreen Silcox is our 5th grade language arts teacher, and she was named the System Teacher of the Year for this year.
Yes.
So we were very, very proud of her, very well-deserved award, and she is, she's just tremendous. I would welcome anybody in her room at any time. She's tremendous.
And tell us a little bit about how her colleagues how was she nominated for Teacher of the Year within your building to only move forward and advance to now becoming the System Teacher of the Year?
Writing is another big emphasis in our building from kindergarten all the way through, and she is the 5th grade writing teacher as well as language arts, and she has taken a leading role in helping all of our staff to value writing across the curriculum in every area to support a 5th grade writing test, which is a state mandated test.
Yes.
And as those scores got better and as we continue, I mean, you don't do great 5th grade scores with just 5th grade. That starts in kindergarten.
Exactly.
It has to grow all the way through. And so she has taken a leadership role in that, and I think our staff respected what she was doing and the role she played in that. So in addition to the fabulous lessons that, you know, they would share with each other in faculty meetings and what have you.
Well, we are certainly proud of her and glad that she is representing Troup County Schools as the System Teacher of the Year. Okay, so there are programs that also support the goals because we talked about the mission, the goals, some of the academic accomplishments, but there's as part of that blueprint, you've got to have strategies and programs to implement to make it happen. So talk to us about some of the programs that you have in place.
You know, I've been talking now about grades 3, 4, and 5 because that's the CRCT, and I'd like to point right now to a program in our early grades. Kindergarten and 1st and 2nd have implemented Full Circle Reading as a reading program to teach our younger children how to read, and that program was written by one of our own teachers, Denise Giddens.
Wow.
And Denise has a heart for children who struggle to read, and that's where that program came from. She is a teacher, an EIP teacher, and she was working with students who struggle, and just gradually began writing down things that she knew were helping them and successful strategies for them. And that program, the things that she was writing then, grew into a program that we now implement all over Troup County for reading in the early grades.
So essentially, she has written a curriculum.
That's right.
And it has been found so effective based on data that now it's something all of our schools, Troup County schools, we're implementing. In what grades is
it's kindergarten, 1st and 2nd.
Okay, good. And so that viewers understand the standardized test scores that you cited are for 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
That's right.
Okay, so 1st and 2nd, they don't participate in standardized tests.
They don't.
So this helps just to prepare them. Okay.
That's right.
All right. Well, talk to us some more about the Full Circle Reading.
Full Circle. There are. She's written it so that, like at the beginning in kindergarten, for instance, there would be a unit, and there would be a phonics piece that dealt with just a certain word family, like the at family or whatever, just a phonics piece.
Okay.
Then there are Dolch words that are sight words that go with that, and then there are reading passages that put all of that together. They use only the words that they're studying. So kindergartners in the first month, 2 months of school have words that they're learning the phonics that goes with it, and then they're reading passages, and then they're writing, drawing, talking about what they're reading, so there's comprehension in that as well.
That's key.
Oh my,
that's
comprehension takes it beyond word calling, and
Yes.
we want kids to recognize words, but more importantly we want them to know what those mean. And so through that, in each of her units, you take that first unit and then you build on that unit with the words that are learned there into the next unit with a whole nother phonics piece and more sight words, and put it all back together again. So kindergarten children are very much reading by the time they go into first grade. And Denise has several pieces to the program. There's a language arts piece, there's independent practice, there's guided practice with the teacher, and then every student has their own assessment card where teachers are making sure that individual skills and sounds and words are mastered by every student. So it's very much individualized as well as done in small group, whole group. It's a comprehensive program for teaching reading.
And how does this, if you can share with us, what will a student bring home? What's actually the home assignments?
The home probably comes more from just if they didn't complete an independent practice page or whatever, but like this is just the reading passage, and then this is a comprehension. It uses a lot of quantum strategies, which are how the brain learns with color. And she incorporates a lot of kinesthetic work, which is, you learn things through movement and motion or music and auditory and visual. There are lots and lots of pieces that I didn't bring here for this. She uses technology, our Promethean board technology. All of this is on a flip chart to be used with Promethean boards.
Good.
So
she's put a lot of work into this.
She has. It's a wonderful program for helping our children read.
And how does it differ from what was used before? If you can summarize and just tell us, how is this different?
I think the assessment card here is probably key, because every student, we know at any given point in time exactly what that student knows and what they need work on. And so when you sit down with a parent in a conference, you can go over, this is the part they've passed off all of this and this, and here's where we're working now. It's just very individualized. It's not just sort of a massive blanket, one size fits all. There are strategies embedded for every single kind of learner and every single skill that it needs to be learned. If a kid is struggling with a certain thing, there's extra things in place for them to learn that. And
comprehension is so key. Because it's the basis of even doing math and going on to do science and do well in any subject matter.
That's right.
You've got to read, and then you've got to be able to comprehend what you've read. And so we are very proud of Ms. Giddens for that, and I know that you are, because she's a teacher in your building.
In our building, and we are very, very happy for all of her expertise in teaching reading.
Okay. So, well, talk to us. I think there's another program that you wanted to highlight today called Summer Read.
That's right. Summer Read was started at Franklin Forest several summers ago. We wanted to be able to, because reading's so important, we don't want to, have children leave in May and sort of not read over the summer or lose ground with that. And there are lots of reading programs out there in the county, I know, but we thought maybe we would keep the Media Center open a few days a week and let parents and students come in and they can read books while they're there, check out books, take AR tests. So we opened AR up for the summer, and whatever points they learned and acquired over the summer, those went towards their fall score. And so it's AR then grows. They have a head start kind of for their AR.
Now I know that the school system implemented a new, if you will, AR.
That's right.
And what is it called?
It's Enterprise, and it opens it up so that the families have access to what their children, you can go online and check, see how they're doing, what their points are, what their comprehension is, on what tests they've taken. So parents are able to monitor that, which is fabulous.
And I will say, as a parent, because I have gone into my daughter who's in elementary school, I've looked at her performance, and I'm like, yay, I don't have to ask the teacher, don't have to wait on a note. I can just go to a computer and key in the ID, and I can see how she's doing and if she's on task.
That's right.
So that's great.
And what tests they've taken. You can monitor what she's taking tests on.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit more about the other aspects that are programs and offerings that your school makes available to students to help them to become well-rounded. like your extracurricular activities. Tell us a little bit about those.
I think one that is currently up and running right now that we're always excited about is our robotics team.
Okay.
And robotics is, it is an after-school club that we're running, and these students audition for robotics in the spring.
How do you
So they
how do you audition for robotics?
they have to do an interview, and there's a whole questionnaire that they go through to participate in robotics. The competition that we have attended so far, we'll do again this year, is at Columbus State in December. And then for the last 2 years, after we have competed in December, we have placed and gone on to the Super Regional that is in Warner Robins.
Good.
That competition is held at the Air and Space Museum, and it is very, very interesting. So,
and are you looking for, can any student say, hey, I'm interested in
any
robotics,
student can, right, any student can apply.
More inclined to science, or?
Well, any student can apply, and then we work through that because it is an enormous commitment, after school commitment, and there's a huge research component. It's not just running a robotic.
Or building
things
while you're at school.
Right. And so there's a lot of pieces that go into that interview. But the research this year, in the past years, 1 year they had to do a whole research on salmonella in eggs, how to prevent that. Another year they were working with concerns for the elderly, movement and just accessibility, ways to support elderly who have movement issues. And this year it is about natural disasters that could happen, or any kind of disaster that could happen, say in our LaGrange, Troup County area. What would be the kind of protocols you would do to support some kind of disaster? So students are doing research in real world, real life scenarios, things that are real to our world. And then the other piece to that, there's a character piece about working as a team. There's a huge character piece with that. And then the other part of it is the robot. And the robot has to be programmed completely by children. No adults do this. It's all programmed by children. And they sit on a table that's probably the size of our platform or a little smaller. And the robot has to perform certain specific tasks through just tasks but it's all done by the computer, but they have to maneuver around things, obstacles, or complete a task. So the robot piece is fun. It's fascinating. They do look forward to it. But again, it's all about teamwork. It's not, one person can't just do the programming and the other one
do the research.
Watch. You have to make sure that everybody's working together with it. So it's a huge learning experience with a lot of real-world science and math application, which is good.
Okay, and then you have a couple of other extracurricular activities for students. I know that there may be more clubs, because when you think of elementary school, do you think they're going to have a robotics club? No, you don't. But that's fascinating to hear. So tell us a little bit about other clubs.
Chess Club. Chess Club is for 2nd and 3rd grade as well as 4th and 5th. So Chess Club meets all
they
through the
compete
fall.
as well? Anywhere?
They do have, at times they've had some Saturday competitions, and if we know of another school, there have been times in the years past when we've competed with another school. They've brought in their chess club and we've had a Saturday round. So that's fun.
Wow.
We also have Spanish Club that is also for 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th later. We have Art Club going right now because we have our art teacher for this semester. So then next semester we'll have chorus. So that will be an after-school chorus program. And Academic Bowl is something that we start now or in the fall, but the competitions will all be in next semester.
Now tell us more about Academic Bowl, because I know that that's something just about every school, elementary school I should say, participates in to some degree. Shed some light on what
that
Academic Bowl
is by application interview. They answer a series of questions and it's scored, and that too is also a pretty heavy afternoon commitment for students and parents to compete. But then it's done through RESA, our West Georgia RESA. They sponsor it, and so we go compete in schools all over the West Georgia RESA area. So it could be in the
From
areas
Atlanta,
below.
Cobb, or
Well, no, probably more just Coweta County and
okay,
Harris and Hurd.
regionally.
It's region.
Okay,
It's region.
good. Okay.
And so there's usually 3 meets and then a final meet. So
Wow. And this is all in the core subjects,
yes,
content
yes.
areas,
Mhm.
math,
Science,
Eng-
reading,
Okay.
a lot of social studies, a lot of math.
Yeah, lots of math.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And chorus starts in the
Chorus
spring?
will start. Yes, it will start in January.
Okay.
Actually, when we have our music teacher.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are there any other clubs that you'd like to highlight for us today?
I think we're going to be working a little bit more with a science club and an after-school club in the spring. That has more to do with our outdoor learning garden.
You have a garden?
We do have a garden.
Oh, tell us about that.
And some years we've done more with it than others, but
Okay.
it is both ornamental and functional. So there's a rain barrel, there's compost, there's areas to plant vegetables like tomatoes and any other vegetable herbs. We do a lot of herbs in the winter time. There's blueberries. It's just it's a sweet place to be. We do a lot of it's a good place to go and do some writing if students are working on a writing area. It's just another, when the weather's nice, to be outside doing that. And art projects are done out there a lot too.
Okay, now these club sponsors, are they after school, are they certified teachers or
Yes,
just
yes.
volunteers?
They're certified teachers.
Okay.
Mhm.
And is some of this volunteer work, or is it sometimes supplemental to their?
There's a little of it is supplemental, most of it is volunteer.
Yeah,
Most
as
of it is
with-
very much volunteer. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we have just enjoyed having you here today to learn more about Franklin Forest Elementary School. And before you go, I know that every school has upcoming events and programs that are taking place. If you would take a moment to share with our viewers some of your upcoming events and programs that maybe they can
I
attend.
would love to do that. Our PTO is so active and involved with us, and they are sponsoring a fall festival, which will be October the 25th from 5 to 8. And we welcome any of the public and all of our school families to come and enjoy that. There will be concessions, there's a costume contest, there's karaoke, there's outside blow-ups, there's more than 30 different games. It's just a really fun night to participate in. So we have that coming up, and then there's a Title I math night for families that is November the 12th. And that's at 5:30, where parents and anybody really can come and learn a little more about how math strategies are presented now with our curriculum. And then Thanksgiving lunch is, we're going to do this in 2 days this year to accommodate all our families. So pre-K through second grade will be on Thursday, the 21st. And then grades 3 through 5 will be on that Friday, the 22nd. So we invite all of our families to come for Thanksgiving lunch.
Well, Ms. Carroll, it has been a pleasure again having you here today. And to all of our viewers, thank you for tuning in to Spotlight on Education. To the City of LaGrange, Philip Sledge and Keith McDowell, thank you for making this program possible. And remember to like us on Facebook, Troup County School System. Just visit there and go ahead and like us and learn more about our schools, or visit our website at www.troup.org. And until next time, remember to make it a great day.
Troup County Schools. A place where you can learn and grow.
A place where teachers care.
Place where family and school come together.
A place where learning matters.
A place preparing students for a bright future.
Whether going to college
or into the workforce.
Troup County Schools.
Preparing
Students
for success.
today.